Hey, hi everybody. Hi, welcome to the DesignFreaks podcast. This is a show about music industry, art and design, record covers, posters, etc. My name's Clarita. I'm the host. I'm a graphic designer in Seattle, Washington. It's very rainy and cold. It's springtime right now. It's my birthday. And covered in moss and I'm full of spiders and ready to go. Today, I have a great episode for you. I interviewed artist and designer Jordan Warren all the way across the pond from the UK. Jordan's work is so cool. It's very psychedelic. It's kind of the soft airbrush style, surrealist. A lot of great humor in his work. I really love it. And he's a relatively younger designer. I think he's going to do some really amazing things, someone to watch. And he's very influenced by Barney Bubbles. So he's really, really good. Yeah, he also is creating these 7-inch mock-ups for Photoshop. I just started playing around with mine last night. It's so fun. There's so many details. You've got hype sticker. I mean, you can customize everything. The vinyl splatter, just anything you can think of. It's so fun. And he also creates fonts. All of that's in his Gumroad, and we'll talk all about that. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in. If you enjoy the show, please share with other vinyl and design freaks, and leave an iTunes review. And speaking of reviews, I just received a really fantastic 5-star review. It reads, "Good job, Clarita. I only listened to about 3 podcasts, and this is number 1. Thank you so much. And that was from Numbnuts, N-U-M period, nuts period. Very cool, very sweet. Please subscribe to my YouTube also. Feel free to say nice things everywhere you can. You can find everything at DesignFreaksPodcast.com. And I am at _DesignFreaksPodcast on Instagram. Go to my linktree, etc. Please leave a donation if you can. I also have some great shows coming up, other mini-sodes, and I got to chat with my friend and art director, founder, musician for the band The Intelligence, Lars Finberg. He talks all about the design history of the band and other bands he's been in. And it's basically just a big old giggle fest. It's great. And for other music-related podcasts, go to ruinousmedia.com. And now my interview with Jordan Warren. Thank you. Enjoy. Hi, Jordan. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
Oh, great. How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, and
Thanks for
you.
agreeing to do this.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, your work is so cool. I've been looking at your website a bunch, and first of all, so you're in the UK, correct?
Yeah.
You're in London?
No, I'm in Essex. It's not too far from London.
Oh, okay. Tell me where Essex is.
It's like to the east of London. It's like
Oh, okay.
40 minutes by train or something.
Okay, I get it now. Essex is east, Sussex is south.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So, I have been looking through all your work. Of course, I love everything you put on social media.
Thank
It's
you.
so
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. And your website, jordanwarrenvisuals.co, right? Is that
I
it?
think it's .co.uk.
.co.uk. I knew that. And I was seeing that you just recently, I mean, not recently, it's been a few years, graduated university. Can you tell us where
Yeah.
you went?
So I went to a really small uni. It's sort of just down the road from me.
Uh-huh.
I actually studied music there, how small it is. And then I met my girlfriend and she was sort of going through the process of going to uni. I thought I'll just give it a
Whoa.
try and decided to go with graphic design rather than music, which was kind
Uh-huh.
of a leap.
Wow. And so, but you were already an illustrator, correct? You're already an
Not
artist?
really, no. No,
No?
I've always like, like everyone,
Wow.
I always
Well,
drew as a kid and stuff, and was into graphics and everything. But I was mainly into music. Studied that for years at college, but not very good at like school, and I didn't really know about really getting to uni, so I just kind of went into work.
so can I ask you about your process?
Yeah, sure.
Do you use Photoshop? Do you use masking in order to, like, do you use a mouse? Do you use a tablet?
So yeah, I use just Photoshop because I'm not very good with Illustrator. I don't really understand how that works.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I think the techniques are pretty close to how actual airbrush is done. I'll mask like shapes that I make,
mm-hmm,
and then I'll just build up all these different layers.
mm-hmm. Do you do an overall sketch? Do you know the whole thing before you start?
Usually, yeah.
When I see this stuff you've done, it's like full on painting.
Yeah, nowadays I use a tablet, like a pen tablet to mask
Mm-hmm.
to paint with. But before, I guess 2020, I just used a laptop, um, with touchpad and my finger.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was so hard, but just
Wow.
got really used to that.
And okay, so you do that for the artistic parts, and then how do you do the typesetting? This is the same question I was asking Lisa.
Yeah, I still mostly use Photoshop. I know you should use like InDesign or Illustrator, but I think in the end, you can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you're designing a logo, that's a different story.
Yeah, sure.
There was one gatefold I was looking at that made me want to start a band just so I could put out an album and have you design it. It was, I love the Sonic Ranch
Oh
Midland.
yeah, yeah.
I
That's one of
mean,
my favorite covers, but I don't really understand what happened with that record
mm,
because they're quite a new band, but it was like here's our beginning, here's some demos. So I don't think it sold very well, and it was like a um subscription, not subscription, like a pre-order for the records. So
mhm.
I don't think many were made.
I mean, it is so cool. Can't believe you did that in a tablet. You must have to make your artboard really big, right?
I usually make it to the size of the record. But yeah, that was done with a laptop touchpad, that cover. And,
Wow. Okay.
and I just finished uni as well, about a week before,
Oh
they
my God.
contacted me.
Oh, and I was wondering, like, some of this stuff, like for your posters, were some of these uni projects, like the can?
Oh, yeah, a bunch of those I did in between years at uni. So, like, just to practice airbrush, because I hadn't really done that much of it prior to uni. I'd probably done one or two pieces.
And you've worked for some labels that I love, Sacred Bones and SFI, who
Oh, yeah.
their covers are so awesome. So I know they screen print everything. Did they screen print your design?
Yeah, I think they're going to be screen printing that really soon. They sent me a proof through, I think, yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's crazy. They're using like 9 colors or something to print it.
And what album is it?
It's Timothy Fife. It's called Clear Off, I think.
Clear Off. Yeah, okay. It's on Bandcamp. So I cannot wait to see what they did with yours. Um,
Yeah, apparently they've used metallic ink, so that'd be cool to see.
oh,
Because
wow.
I kind of suggested it, but I weren't sure if I was like, I don't know, pushing my luck or trying to get too much through.
So another thing that's original about you, I mean, I've seen it before, but you don't see this every day, that the center label is given so much attention. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what is your inspiration, because I think that could be something you're known for as
Oh
well,
wow.
is just not making the center label an afterthought, like having it be part of, like fully part of the design. Is that something you intended to do?
Ah, yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's one of those parts that artists usually sort of just skims over, doesn't care about, so you can sort of have more of your own way with it. And I find like I don't know, it's kind of fun designing for like a weird shape
Yeah.
as well. And also like back covers. I think I enjoy designing the back covers more because it's not what everyone's going to see.
Right. And you can hide things.
Yeah, I love hiding things.
Oh, you do? Okay, I'll
Yeah,
start looking better. Yeah, do you put little hidden Easter eggs?
yeah, probably all the time. Yeah, it's like probably the most fun you can have as a designer, just hiding these little things.
I absolutely love the telephone. I am messing this up, but the
Telephone
telephone
exchange.
exchange?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really cool. That's a great record as well.
Oh, I need to hear it, but love this design, and it's different from your other stuff, but it's also just as good. Did you make those patterns? Do you find the photos? Looks like found stuff.
Yeah, so this is closer to like, I guess, my first sort of style. I used to do a lot of collage stuff,
Mm-hmm.
a
Oh,
bit
okay.
more punky looking, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The photo on the front of like the castle that was supplied by the band, I guess you can't see it, but on the back cover there's like a photo of two children near like loads of radio equipment. Apparently they're his like ancestors or something.
Whoa,
But yeah, this is really fun to make. Like
cool.
real collage.
What about the patterns?
Yeah, I made those in Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like print those out and then tear them up or collage those in. So like when I started uni, I was like freaking out because I thought I would just suck at this. I'm too old to be going to uni now. I was panicking that like everyone would know all these designer names and I wouldn't have a clue. But our first brief was to make a record. So
Mm-hmm.
I fell straight into it and
Wow.
this is like the first thing I made.
Lucky you, that was the first thing, and you made it awesome. It's Ty Segall.
Yeah, so we had to pick like one song, which is kind of weird to make a whole 12-inch about. But
Yeah.
this is kind of like I took elements
Yeah.
from this to make this album cover.
You were practicing for that. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's cool. And you
That's
used some
it's
hand-drawn
fun.
lettering. Hmm.
Yeah, mixed hand drawn. That was all collaged as well, and then blown up in a scanner.
I really love Library of the Occult.
Yeah, they're great. That's all run by one guy who contacted me a few years prior to making the label to make a 7-inch cover that
Hmm.
should be on my website as well. He had also done another album cover for him, which didn't get used. He contacted me in the pandemic to say he was starting a label and wanted a logo for it. So I did his logo and then eventually did a few album covers for him too.
That's awesome. And it looks like you've also done some zines and book layout.
Yeah,
So please tell me you used InDesign for that, right?
yeah, I definitely used InDesign for that.
Okay, good. I was like, if he's going to tell me he did this in Photoshop,
I
hang it
think
up.
my tutor would have had like a meltdown if I did that. I think my last book had like 200 pages, so that would have been
What?
insane. Yeah,
So
that's for
what's in
my
the book?
project. So we have like a what's it called? Like a final major project,
Hmm.
and originally it was going to be about like making some crazy elaborate record covers, them we had to work from home and stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
basically just started my own cassette label and just showed the whole design process of that. I did like YouTube live premieres of all the artists' music. Like I got 8 different musicians to collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a whole book about that.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, I'm flipping through. There's like a PDF page flipper on your website,
Oh yeah, that'll be
of
on the
one of
website.
them. Hmm. Yeah, there's like a logo design section. There's like process. I love looking at process, sketches, and then final product. That's my
Yeah, I love
favorite.
seeing process.
So, okay. Do you listen to music when you design?
Yeah, usually I'm always listening to music. If I can, like if I'm working for making a cover for a band, I'll hopefully have access to that music so I can listen to it whilst I work.
What would you like to be most known for
Ooh.
after you're gone?
Um, I'm not sure really. I guess album covers, that would be cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I mean, I guess it's what I mostly do at the moment, so I'd have to say that.
I ask everybody, what's the first record cover that you remember?
Um, I had to really rack my brains to think of one. I think probably Elephant by the White Stripes. If you
Oh.
remember that, it
Hmm.
was like the first music that I asked to buy. I think I was like 10 years old.
Oh,
I got like
yeah.
the first MP3s I ever bought. It was all very strange, but I remember finding out that there's like a head of an elephant hidden in the way they're sitting and like the arrangement of all the items. So that
Oh,
always
there
kind of
is.
interested me. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that until just right
Oh,
now.
really?
What? Thank you.
And like the thing they're sitting on, I always thought that was like a guitar amp, but apparently it's like a circus chest. And then there's like peanuts on the floor.
I never looked that closely. See? I can't see what they're sitting on. It looks like music equipment to me, but
Yeah, apparently it's a some trunk with like loads of weird locks on it, like a circus
oh. And
costume trunk.
her ankle is tied, just like an elephant's ankle would be.
Yeah, and they have like ribbons tied to their fingers, but I can't remember what that means. It's lots of weird details.
Yeah, so and that's interesting because it's a photo
Yeah,
uh, and not art. Um, have you ever been interested in like staging elaborate scenes?
I would love to. Yeah, last year I bought like a nice film camera for the first time, so I keep thinking about maybe making, I don't know, like different things I could photograph. Like I think about um, there's a Barney Bubbles cover where it's just like these glass swans, but apparently he just took that photo of them in a bucket of water with like a lamp shining on it. It looks like really cool, but it's really easy to make. So I just thought I could try something like that maybe.
Wow, yeah, that's a Nick Lowe back cover. That is so cool. Yeah, and a lot of your work, I mean, not a lot, but you could achieve some of the same things with lighting that you do with the soft brush.
Yeah, definitely. I just I can't remember who says it. It's probably in the book. They say they just watched him like filling up this bucket and then placing the ornaments in, and I was like, what are you doing? And then he ended up with this really cool looking artwork that he photographed.
Wow. Can you imagine being around him and just everything he's doing ends up being something brilliant?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Ugh. And yeah, I'm ashamed I didn't know that. I don't know all of the Nick Lowe stuff, to be honest. They did a lot together. And he also worked with 3D Space. So yeah, there's a lot of places you can go.
Yeah, definitely. I think Barney Bubbles is a great influence for me in that he doesn't stick to like one design or one look. He
Mhm.
just does like everything. And I feel the same, like I couldn't have one style. Like some artists, all their pieces look like they could be a collection of the same sort of artwork, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But it would just be too boring for me, I think.
I don't get that either. I've never been like that. And I always felt like I was failing by not having a signature style.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
but when you do client work, you have to bend a little bit to what the client is doing, you know?
Yeah.
So
Typically
I think it's,
clients want something they've seen before.
yeah.
It's like even if it's your own work, they want to see something that looks like something you've done before. They don't want to take
Hmm.
that chance, which can be
Hmm.
frustrating.
Hmm. Yeah. I do you build, so what I do is I build a library of all the rejects. So anything I've worked on, that way I don't get mad. I'm just like, well, add it to the library. You know, it's like, it's
Yeah,
disappointing, but it's like, okay, well, I'll use those hands later. Like, I'll always need hands or something.
yeah. I'd usually just post everything to Instagram so it gets seen at least.
Mm, that's a good idea. Get eyeballs on it. And then someone will go, I want that.
Yeah, yeah, it happens.
So, what are you working on now? Can you say?
Um, I'm working on an album cover for, I think they're from Finland, Finnish band.
Hmm.
That's like totally airbrushed. It's looking pretty cool.
Ooh.
Um, I'm also picking back up part of a project I can't go into too much detail on, but it's been like a really huge, cool project. I've been collaborating with another illustrator who goes by the name of Fat Gomez on Instagram. He has a similarish sort of airbrush style, but it's probably like my most favourite project so far. So it's essentially an album cover, but we've like really gone in on it, and it's like
Ooh.
elaborate packaging, die cuts, and
Mm.
foil and
What?
UV. Yeah,
What? And what is this for? You can't say?
no, I can't say.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I'm sure you'll see it though.
Wow. In the spirit of Barney with die cuts
Yeah,
being over the top.
just cramming every possible packaging idea we can into it.
Hell yeah. Maximalism. I love it. Well, I'm looking forward to that. What else do you want the listeners to know about your work? Where can they find you? Is there anything we didn't cover?
I'm mostly just on Instagram. My website's not that up to date, really. I'm releasing digital products like fonts I'm making and mock up packages.
And where do you release those?
At the moment, they're just on Gumroad, which isn't great. I'm hoping to get on to like Creative um, Market, I think it's called. It's basically the only place I could find that lets you sell digital products without having to pay loads.
Okay.
But it does for now.
Okay. I mean, I've made some fonts. Um, I never thought of releasing them into the wild, but
Yeah, you should try it.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to your new project coming out. And
Yeah, I think it's probably be around June or July.
oh, if I
The
want to
big one.
download your the big one is in June or July. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Or, no, August. August.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And if I want to get, so you said you have, is it like Photoshop packages or what did you say you were selling on Gumroad?
Yeah, there's a 7-inch mock-up that I have on there.
You sent me that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yes. Okay. I'm going to do something. Uh, that's awesome. And anything else there?
I think I've got one font on there, which I actually used in this huge project. And I'm probably going to release a new font in a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one that I've used for my own work for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of reluctant to give it up, but...
Oh, shoot. You could have a web version or something for other people.
I used it on the Solar Crypt art.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Most of the fonts on that were all made by me.
Okay.
So I'm going to sell those.
And how do I find you on Gumroad? I'm sorry, I'm like a million years old asking.
It should be on my Linktree on Instagram.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then Digital Goods.
Digital good. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Unfortunately, it is not evening here and I have to get back to work.
Oh no.
But yeah, thank you so much for speaking with me and sharing all your process and your insight. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Of course. See you later. Bye.
See ya.